Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today, Discovery 2. This is the one that we did a check over on for the 1500 mile Scotland trip. We checked all the oils, we checked everything we could check really to make sure that it'd make it and everything would be fine. Unfortunately, things are not fine. The car made it about, what did 180 mile did you do?
Yeah.
The car made about 180 and then the battery came on, then all the lights came on the dashboard and it completely died on the motorway. Luckily we got to a service station and had to have it recovered by the AA. So the 1500 mile trip in the Discovery went tits up. And it is the alternator that is brown bread. Now that wasn't done that long ago. I don't know, it might have been 18 months, hasn't it, Dad?
Yeah, about that.
About 18 months ago that was done. You can see from the alternator that it's pretty new. So we put that on 18 months ago and it's failed. I mean, has it been through water and stuff right since? Not really, has it?
No, not since that was done. No.
It ain't really been off-roading or anything. But now we've got a job of changing the alternator. So we're going to do that for you. We've whipped the fan off. You've seen that in previous videos. You do need the spanners to get that off. So first thing to do is pull the fan off, and then you can start getting to the alternator. And then we're going to release the belt by moving the belt tensioner there. We'll move that. That will allow us to get the belt off, and then we can start looking at getting to the bolts to remove the alternator. I think the tensioner pulley has to come off out the way to get to one of the bolts, if I remember correctly. But we'll do it. And
on the road, look.
oh well. The first thing, obviously, before you mess with the alternator is to disconnect the battery. When you're putting this battery back on, because it's been charged, we're not going to connect it, we're just putting it in place because the alternator completely drained it. So remember to disconnect your battery before you start messing with your alternator or anything really on the car down in the engine. You don't really want to have the battery connected. So what size do you reckon that is? About a 17, eh?
That
Is it already on this spanner?
yeah, it's 15.
It's a 16. So it's a 16. Got the adjustable wrench again from Aldi.
I've just had that on, so now it's...
So we'll get this on the go. Right, so we're going to get the 16 on this pulley and get the belt off.
Simon gone to get it.
He's looking very much there. We're also looking at my brother's car at the moment, an Astra.
Good as well.
So we'll get it on there and pull it down to you. You pull it down, I'll pull it off this pulley.
Got to come over to me?
Yeah, to you it should be.
Is it?
Nah. Oh, my finger's in it.
I need to move it on and get it down somewhere.
There we go. So we let the tension off that.
Don't get on more.
Pull the belt off. Him on there though, does it go any more or not?
That's that.
Oh. Let's try and get it off the alternator. We'll get it off somewhere.
Let me try again, see if it'll go a bit further.
It should. You should it should be much easier to do than that. Oh, there we go. So the belt's off. Maybe it is a 15, you've put a 16 on it. This is going well.
It is stuck on this because it's jammed.
Oh, I'll get you. Let's see. There we go. Made that look harder than it should be. If you've got the belt, remember to take a picture of it so you know it goes back on. So now we can see the alternator there. There's a couple of bolts holding it on under there. One I believe is behind this tensioner, so we'll have to have a look at that. The alternator has got an oil feed to it as well, which you have to undo. But we should be able to undo that once we've got it loose from the car. But we'll have a look at that. So we've just took this bit of the shroud off as well, the plastic bit, just pulled it out of the way just to make it a bit easier. And then down here, that there, the Torx headed one, can you see that? That is... You can try them, but I don't know. Not that set I was talking about.
Not this set.
It's a big socket set. The big black one. That there. That Torx is holding the bottom in. And then up here, we've got... You see that black metal bracket with a bolt in the top there, and then at the bottom of it there, look. Top at the alternator, just by that pipe. That is the top one. So we've got to do all them. And then we can pull it out and undo the rest of it. If you've got a new one, you can have a look at it like this. Look, top bolts there, bottom one bolts there. That line there's got to come off. Then you've got a banjo fitting on here, and you've got the electric fittings as well on it. Right at the back there, look. This is about 160 quid. You can get them cheap on here, but we've got this from the local place. So we'll get that on, brand spanking new. So we think this is going to have to be out the way here, that pipe, so we're going to undo that and pull that one off. And then we've got another pipe which goes down there. That's it, so that one that comes around the corner, that's on with a nut there, so we're going to have to undo that one and take that one off. Or does it just push into that pipe? We'll have to see on that one. Hang on, no, it's held on with the... Oh yeah, there's one of them clamps behind. It's right behind that thing now, look. Stupidly.
Oh yeah, I can see.
There's a clamp behind there, so we unclamp that and pull that pipe off.
Yeah.
But we'll get the bolts out first, so we can move it about. There's one on the bottom as well there, but that one's bolted on. Because you can... What is it? No, it's pushed on. That's on with a clamp as well down there, look. See the black one, right at the bottom?
I could see it.
Yeah,
I could see it on your camera.
It's on with a clamp there, so we'll get the bolts out first, shall we, so we can move it about. So we've got a T50.
Find it again.
You know, to me, there, that's it, you want it, that's the one. This is going to be in the way, this pulley's in the way to get to it.
It's difficult with the left-handed.
I think the pulley's going to be in the way.
This pulley?
Yeah. Looking on this camera, the pulley looks like it's in the way. Have another shot, but I don't think you'll get it in there.
Guide me.
Go on, forward to me, and down. Now you are going to get it in with that.
You're in that pulley.
How did I get it in there then? I pushed it straight in. So the pulley is a little bit in the way, but we've got these extra long torques, so we're going to give it a go.
Let me watch your camera. Okay.
Just give it a push, make sure it's in there. Yeah, it's loosening it, eh? Yeah. So we've done it without moving that pulley. We don't know if the pulley's going to have to come off to get it out, but hopefully we can get it past without taking it off.
Push the lever. I'll probably come out by hand.
So it's that one there. It's going to be a long one, eh?
I don't know.
In way out. Yeah, it's around there somewhere.
I'll feel it now.
Let me get to it. That'll only come out with hands if you've got the grip of Jeff Capes. Might be able to do it with that because it's got a square on it. It's very difficult to see anything.
It's awkward, isn't it?
Yeah. It's how you're going to come out by hand. You should have left that in there.
Give it back.
Right, we've undone it. There it is, look. I don't know if it's going to come past this pulley. Nah, the bolt don't come past the pulley. So we're going to have to remove this pulley.
Pull that pulley out the way with it?
No, because the pulley only comes over that way further in front of it. So the pulley's definitely got to come off. Hopefully we can just take the wheel off the pulley and not the spring loaded bit off. So if we try and undo this nut here. So you undo this top one, which is under there, you can see. That's the top mount for it. So once we've undone that one, it should be free to move. And once we can get it moving about free, we can pull it out and undo whatever else we've got to get off it. Hopefully we ain't going to move the EGR. If we have it, just bolt on with a couple of bolts there. But I'm hoping to get it off with removing as little stuff as possible, really, because it started raining now as well, so we don't want to be out here. Is that holding the back bumper on?
I don't want to drop it.
There it is. Oh, it's only a baby, yeah. Little one like that, and then hopefully, if we give this a bit of a, hopefully nothing. That'll loose one bit.
But we've still got this pipe here. This one to come off here.
Yeah, it's on rubber though. You'd expect it to move, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
That's still tight.
I bet you're going to give it a tap.
Yeah, I mean,
to loosen it.
There's another, just behind this plug here, there's a screw that's on the top of that bracket that mounts down to it. That is in the way of it anyway, so you have to undo this 10mm and just slide that up, and that might make a little pressure off it, you know what I mean?
This one here?
Yeah, if you undo that one, 10mm. This keeps dropping me. Might hopefully let a little bit of pressure off.
Loosen it.
Yeah, and then you can flip the bracket up out the way. That'll do. Can you flip the bracket up, or is there something in the way of it? Yeah, so that bracket can be moved now, but we've still got no real movement on the alternator. Let's just have another look at this alternator and make sure we've got everything out. So what we've got holding it is that and that, which are the two things we've took out. And there's nothing else actually holding it onto the car. We have got the lines that go into it, but they're all soft lines, so it should be moving. Too fat. I'm going to take this hose off down here, see that one? I'm going to get that out of the way because I think that's supporting it as well. Since all the bolts are out of it. You can see that it has moved from where it was. But yeah, if we get that off, I think that's one of the stronger things that I'm holding it there. So this here is the oil feed to the alternator. So say undoing it from the alternator, we're going to undo it from here, which will let some of the tension off so we can undo it. And we've got the one off that's down the bottom. There's a pipe that runs down there, we've got that one. Undone the one that was in there, that threaded thing there, and just moved it out of the way. We've undone the one at the bottom, and then the next one is, if you can see that clamp there, we've got to undo that and pull that pipe off, and then that's all the pipes off. The only thing left on connected to this will be the electrical connection at the back. So right, new thing, where we took that pulley off there, you have got to take the whole tension off. It's in the way, it's got to come off. So you can get the bolts out, but you can't still get the alternator out because it sits behind that and you can't move it enough. So it's a 12-point socket. We ain't sure what size it is yet, but we're going to have a look. But it's down there, I'll show it you. That's it, got to undo that one there. So yeah, you have got to take them out. The what the hell's that called? The tensioner. You've got to take the whole unit off. It's a 14mm 12-point ratchet. Take that off. In the centre, just undo it, and then the whole thing should come off, and then hopefully that'll be out of the way. We can just pull the alternator forward, because I'm having a bit of a problem with the pipe. That pipe there, we cannot get it off the end of that thing. Not there. Yeah, there. Up, left, down. You're getting rounded there. Down, left, down, You might up. You're on it. There.
Where am I?
Feel it with your finger before you put the socket anywhere near it. There.
Oh, got it.
Okay. That's what you want to get anyway. And then this should pull the whole kit and caboodle off. You can see it started up there. We should have done this ages ago. We've been fanning about trying to get this pipe off. When you're trying to take shortcuts to get bolts out, ends up taking you longer. So take the whole thing off. There we go. That's it. Pull it all out together. That's what you want to get off. It's easy to put back on because it's got a locating pin on the other side of it. We've just been idling taking it off really. We should have done it earlier. Now hopefully we should have a load of movement on this, which we've got. So we should be able to get it out. We've still got to get this pipe off here, which is causing us some aggro. That's sort of holding it in place, so we've got a bit more. Right, we had to take the pipe coming off the bottom of this AGR. That's why what the board you can see running out. There's the pipe, just to give us room to get it out. We've got the black pipe there to get off, and we just give it a good wiggle and a shake about, and eventually it started coming out. So right, we've took the AGR off as well because it's in the way. You've got a 10mm down there and a 13mm at the top there. Just undo them two, and then that will shift out the way. Just so we can get our hands in, because we've run into a problem which you probably won't have, but there, the earth, you can see the two nuts there, that is so tight we can't get it undone. Yeah, so we wanted to move this so we can just get our hands in there to get it undone. Right, we've got it off. What we have to do is get the 13mm on and just tap it in with a hammer so it'd sit underneath there, and then we've got the ratchet on and undone it, but that was a bit of a nightmare. But we've got the earth off now. All that's left on this is just the electrical connection in the back of it, which we'll get to and unplug, and then it's out. Oh, it's full of oil. Oh no, it could be because it's full of oil anyway. It's great an acid pipe, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out anyway. You have to get this connector out the back of it, which just fell somewhere, but the connector has to come out the back of it, which is a bit of a nightmare to get to, but it's out. There it is. There's the new one. So that's the next job, to put that back. So we're just going to put it back together. Right, it's going to go in the reverse of how we got it out. So the last thing we did was unplug this plug, and the next thing we did was undo this. So first we'll give him with that plug, then we'll tighten that on, and then we'll get all the pipes on, and then we'll put the belt on and secure it in there. The hardest pipe to get on is that black one there, which was a nightmare to get off. We've changed it for a Jubilee clip instead of the original clip. But yeah, we'll. Yeah, I fell off my stool. Oh, hang on, what about all this bullshit there? Hang on. Reverse. Before we do anything, we've got to swap the pipe over from that old one and stick it onto this here, which Peter pipe swap to do.
Wrong side. Don't film until we get the correct.
Oh, good. Yeah. What size was he? That size. Look at that. Pick that. I'm going to come in now. Watch.
I'll turn it this way.
No, but then you know what you're doing.
Push it against the floor.
Oh, Christ. God, if he.
Welcome to Three Stooges video.
Wait. There we go.
Remember which way to come off.
So we've got to swap this pipe over. Remember which way it went on?
Put it the same way as that.
You've got two copper washers. One copper washer.
So just leave it loose. Something like that, I think.
And then you've got a copper washer above it to make it seal. Let's see. Just gotta make sure your pipe's angled. So we'll tighten that up. Gotta make sure you put that on before you put the ching chong in the holder.
We need this off here.
What is it?
This cap.
Oh yeah, we need that cap off. That's some other size that we don't have access to. We need the right size for that.
Yeah, pull the cap off there.
These come with caps in, you go.
Good sake.
That's it. Should we take that off? This is real time videos.
Yeah. Nothing edited here yet.
So it's got to go in like that, and then before you get too far, we've got to put the cable in the plug in the back of it, which is located around somewhere. Where's the plug?
Come on, go get my hand in there.
Haha. Oh no, that ain't. This is a piece stick, man. Initiate. So we've got the plug. We're going to plug that in the back here. Plugged. And then the next thing to put on is the earth, which is down here. But in order to get that on, the alternator's got to go in a little bit further. So, but that's the next thing to get on. And then after that, it's this pipe here. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see any of this. Get it in far enough to get the earth on. Yeah. Can you see that?
You can see it all in there, yeah.
And then we've got to put the bolt on top of that nut. And that is a 14, well it was on the one that come off anyway. That's a personal tool. Oh, we got 13 mil on that one, that's the earth. I've got ratchet spanners. So that one's tight. The next one we've got to get on is the one that goes onto this here, which is that pipe. So we're going to push the alternator in a little bit further, and then we're going to put this pipe on. This pipe here goes into the engine block there. That's the oil feed for the alternator. This alternator is oil fed. I don't know if it's supposed to have an oil ring around there, maybe, but we'll see. Pause. The aim of the game now is to get that silver pipe into that black pipe, because that one's a bit of a nightmare, and you need to do it while you can still move the alternator about. So that's what we're trying to do at the moment, just wiggle about till that. So I've got that pipe on with much wiggly jiggly.
Started a whole new video.
I accidentally stopped. Now that one's got to go into that college there to go on there. So
It's down there.
the pipe that goes on there is here.
Oil change.
Hang on, that pipe right, that's a different fitting, I think. Let's have a look at the old one.
It's been on and it's the other side of that lump.
Yeah. So we've got this pipe we've put on here. We're gonna try with these stupid pieces of crap to get that on there. All that is a vacuum pipe, so a super crazy like oil or water's gonna piss out of it if it ain't on all the way. Now this one into here, the posh ones.
They're cross-threading.
So that one into there, that's the oil feed to the alternator.
This one is oil fed.
That is a 15 mil, I believe. And then all we've got to do for the rest of fitting the alternator is to put the securing bolts back in. One at the bottom. Yep, earth's on. Pipes in the back. All the pipes are connected. We've got to do that one down there. We've changed that one for a Jubilee clip down there. Just because it's an absolute nightmare to put that other clip on. So we've got a Jubilee clip on it. So we're going to tighten that one down there. And then what's next? Oh, secure the silver. Right, it's all back in. We might not have covered everything because you know how it is. Things go down that I'm a nightmare. And what is the temp? We're just putting the fan on now. So we'll whack that fan on. We'll put the cowl on the top, and then we're all done. Please like and subscribe, help build the channel, and we'll keep doing the videos for you. Thank you and goodbye.